My name is Maghan Perez. I am the Associate National Director of Athletes University. I graduated from the University of New Hampshire. I played ice hockey and lacrosse there. When I was in college, as I started following Jesus, I started noticing the brokenness on my team. One of the things that I wanted to see was someone reaching out to my teammates. And I recognized that there was really, besides a Bible study, nothing there. Like the next rational thing that I really wanted to see achieved was a national movement of athletic ministry in university. So what prompted my interest in wanting to develop a national athletic ministry? I think first and foremost, God opened my eyes to the brokenness around me on my team and on other teams. And the second thing was, athletes have a tremendous ability to impact the whole campus and influence the whole campus. The third thing, I realized that no one was reaching this community. So what made me think I could do this as a student? Well, I had no special gifts or no talents by any means, but I remember doing a Bible study in Isaiah 6. God calls Isaiah and he asks, "Who will go? Who shall we send?" And I remember realizing that that was God calling me and asking me that same question. And I looked around and there was no one there with me to reach these guys, and so I said, "I'll go." So I started enlisting people in that vision, which was a movement of athletes experiencing God, impacting our team, and changing the world around us. Anybody who would listen, coaches, teammates, people who could be supporters, churches, I would tell everybody. The second thing I started doing was praying. I would pray big. I would pray bold prayers that I really just started following Jesus. And so when I would read in the Bible that Jesus healed people, that I would start praying that Jesus would heal athletes. And he did. The third thing was creating a missional community, a culture that did evangelism and were missional. I knew that we had to be faithful with what we had here first in order to grow and develop something bigger. Some of the barriers that we encountered were fear of evangelism. No one had been doing evangelism. We didn't know how to. We had fears of messing up our team chemistry. We had fears of putting God first in our lives and not our sport. One of the things that I quickly realized was, as a leader, if we want to bring other people through these barriers, we have to actually encounter them first. And we have to allow God to take us through these barriers. I remember distinctly one of the biggest barriers were my friends coming up to me and saying they didn't sign up for this. I was sharing the vision of the athletic ministry with other people, and our Bible study went from about 30 athletes to down to 7 athletes, and they kind of walked away from our group, and that just broke my heart, actually. I looked around and realized there's a cost to this. So through the ups and downs of ministry, the encouraging and discouraging points, I think what was the result was, from that group of 7 athletes that had dwindled down to, we are now reaching over 1,581 student athletes through the Athletes University. I think students have a crucial role in leading change in the world. I don't think there's any other time in a person's life where they have the ability to mobilize and influence hundreds, if not thousands, of students. Jesus, in the Great Commission, said, "Go forth and make disciples of all nations." And all nations are right outside our front door. Those who are thinking about impacting the world around you, seek to hear God's voice. That might be through scripture, through prayer, through drawing closer to Him, because this gets lonely. It gets lonely, it gets hard, you want to give up, you want to quit, but when you hear God's voice and you hear that call on your life where He invites you into His mission, it's incredible. He says, "I will never leave you, I will never forsake you." He equips those who he calls. So get your butts off these chairs, out of these chairs, and start something new.